tone should, because you're already there. So the only issue with is that with the patrol, when you're already on a patrol, they will just call you and you respond to. It's just getting in the direction of the area where you should be. So we do both foot patrols, motorized patrols, and the motorcycle patrols. Then another issue which people were always raising were for the police posts that were closed previously. Some of them have been brought back, and with enough manpower. This time around, most of the areas where criminality had slightly increased, those police posts were brought back, and people are at least closer again to some of those police posts, and we always respond accordingly.
Okay.
Yes.
So these particular measures that you have taken as a community of Chira Division, we have a legislative arm of this country that sits to pass laws. Do you think that those measures should be taken up as laws? For example, each division comes up and creates a WhatsApp group or a community group where they can share these numbers daily, because I think that's a very good move for me to wake up and know today, in case I get a problem, I'll call the driver of 99, I'll call the OC station, I'll call the community liaison. Do you think that our leaders should adopt that and make it a rule for each community to have those community groups and share the police numbers that can be of help? Do you think that, first of all, will reduce the crime rate and also bring togetherness of community policing, like you called it?
Now, the reason I don't believe in making a certain security measure a law is because each and every community has its own nature of criminality, and each command on ground should always study the nature of criminality in that area and should learn how to complete that nature of criminality. If you make a WhatsApp group a law in the country that everyone should be on WhatsApp group, the areas like Karamoja, where 2-3 people will be having smartphones, will not be able to complete that kind of criminality using a WhatsApp group. When you go, sometimes I was always objecting some of the security measures in some areas. When you bring a security measure of, let's say, Mayumba Kumi, let's say, you go to a certain farm where a house is here and another house is in square miles. Really, the issue of Mayumba Kumi will not be so much helpful, where you find the distance of a house to a house is a square mile. So it is always good that the command on ground studies the situation and the nature of the criminality which is in that area, and also studies the way he should complete that kind of criminality.
Okay.
But we shouldn't specifically dictate and we say people of Kawempe, because Kawempe is different from Chira Division.
Very true.
You'll find the nature of criminality in Kawempe is different from the nature of criminality in Chira Division. But when you say all of you use this system, now it means that one of the commanders will be submerged. He will not fully exploit his skills in completing that kind of. There is an area where community policing may not even work in terms of completing criminality. But you find the commander has another system of doing things. There is an area which specifically needs, they have tried community policing, they have tried everywhere, but you find it's only operations, doing those operations, that that nature of criminality will be. But when you continue saying, no, you use this, so it's always good that the command on ground determines which nature to use.
And not important.
Because a WhatsApp group, yes, Chira Division may be organized, it has organized people, it has each and everything, and much of it is a residential area. Now that WhatsApp group will not be brought in Ichkubo, where people are not residents, they don't stay there. This is only a day place. At night they don't sleep there. So you have to use a different nature and approach to a certain nature of criminality. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that, because now you are promoting inclusion for each and everyone to be comfortable.
Yes.
And no one should be submerged.
Yes, everyone should be comfortable with the method he has used to make sure that the method helps the public in finishing that kind of criminality.
Okay, what would be your advice for people, like you mentioned, in Karamoja, and not only in Karamoja as a place, but where I come from in Kagango, Shema. There is that problem where my house is here and the next neighbor is, a square mile away. What would be your advice to such places to come up with a solution that will work for them? Or which solution do you think can work for such communities?
Now, such a villages, long time ago, we had when I usually use the word long time ago, people start asking for my
How
age,
old
but
are you?
they start asking me how old are you. But long time ago, there was always a system. Whenever there was like some criminality in the area, they would use like the system of drumming. You find when you hear a certain sound of a drum, you know that at least this person has been attacked. That drum would move far. Like me, where I come from in Rwampara, the hills of Rwampara, someone can even stand on one hill and he calls the other person on the next hill, and you find the whole village gathers and tries to do the needful. Here in Kampala, you may even cry from here, and that person whom I've seen in the next room may not even come to help. That is what is in Kampala.
Talk about it.
So, and but in villages which are organized, like let's say Karamoja, most of these people are communally related. Most of them, you find here is the brother, the next one is a cousin, this one is, so that's the way they are. And I know the outcry of one person, though these days phones came, though it's not a WhatsApp phone, but at least a smart, those Mapesa phones are always available. You can call a person who is near to come and rescue you, or you can shout. Sometimes we encourage whistles, but in a village, you find someone may not be earning even 2,000. The 2,000 he has earned is buying Panadol for a kid, so you not invest it in a whistle or something else. But at least those drums, shouting, doing what can always help when you are in a village which is distanced a bit. I know the shout of the village at night can reach very far, because we would do it when we were still young. You would shout and call a person on the next hill.
And they would hear you?
Yes, and they would hear you and they would respond.
Okay.
Yes.
Talking about response, I wanted to ask this particular question so you can give us, shed a light on it personally, in your personal opinion. I've asked it to other officers, they've given me their opinion. About the canine dogs. Are they really, really accurate and perfect? Because there was a clip where a canine dog was taken to find a thief, and the canine dog reached the person, tore his clothes apart, and the person was still denying, like, I swear I'm not the one. So how accurate are the canine dogs in your opinion?
Now, canine dogs are accurate, but there are some conditions. When a thief steals something and he leaves his footmarks and the smell, most of them usually pick the smell of the person who has done something. When I come to your room somewhere and I leave what I had picked there, and I get a border and I move away, chances are high that the dog is going to stop at that room where I left something. Another thing that makes dogs fail to be accurate is when the dog is too tired sometimes, when it overworks. It may not be accurate. Another thing that makes a dog fail to be accurate is when many people have tampered with the scene which had that scene of crime. Anyone can easily be picked because of tampering with that scene of crime. Because a thief may come and step somewhere, I also come and step somewhere. At the end of the day, I go up to my home, and the dog is ready to pick my scent, and it goes up to where I went. Then another thing is, if it has rained, the dog may not be able to pick the correct scent. So there are different conditions. So if the place has stayed for so long, the dog also may not be able to pick the correct scent. But if the dog picks the correct scent, I can assure you that it will be as accurate as maybe 98% maybe. Okay.
And in those
and even some people, by the way, what I have not said, some people usually doubt our dogs. Even at night, they are more accurate. The only thing is the security of those dogs. That's why they don't bring them at night. Because me personally, I've ever used the dog at night, and it did the work excellently well.
So do you let them rest first after work? Like how? What's
yes, they are, most of the times they are always resting. Because at night they do rest.
Okay. So how does police then prove that me, who has stepped in the footsteps of the thief, and the dog is on me? Yeah. How now do I prove that I'm innocent?
Now our investigations are always different, and you see, if I know, because you are called Karo.
Yes, sir.
If I know Karo, the dog has captured Karo. Most of the times with our investigations, we follow so many things. You find the criminal record of Karo has always been good. So sometimes even if you put Carol in cells, you start, but can Carol do this really? So you start investigating deeply. Like
And
if I can give an example of my incidents which I told you I was in a certain area in PG, they had cut a mobile money ready around the 10 p.m. in the night. We brought a canine dog. That canine dog moved up to the house where the thieves had parked and had moved away. So we found a young kid who was like 8 years. We instead arrested the young kid, took the young kid to the police. Remember, the young kid is not the one who committed the crime. We took the kid to the police. After a day, that young kid now told us the exact story and told us this is the person who did this and this.
Wow.
When we reached, arrested those people, they had run to Kampala. We got to them, we followed them, we got to them, and indeed they confessed to committing the crime at the end of the day.
Wow.
But with our investigations, of course, we knew this young kid was not the one who committed the crime, but he knew the people who had committed the crime.
Okay.
So that's the way he helped us to get those people who had the real prime suspects who had committed the crime.
Okay.
So sometimes Carol may not be the real suspect, but at least Carol may help us to get the real suspect. But with our CIDs, most of the times, really, they do investigate deeper and they will get to know the truth at the end of the day.
Because of experience, they've done it before.
Because sometimes you even arrest someone, you find the nature of phones, like the criminal gangs have told me, the way they save their contacts in the phone, already you know. You'll find someone, because there is one we arrested in Shira, you'll find there is someone called the Finisher, there is someone called the Kabenja. There is the way they save their phones and you find, yes, you find this one is mainly for this role. The person is saved according to the role he plays, I think, in the nature of criminality. Yes.
But this apparently, with this mobile phone, it's personal. So when you arrest me, you force me to open it?
Of course, we have to. You are not
But
even allowed.
it's a personal.
You are not even allowed
gadget.
to. No, when we are investigating something,
Locked with my fingerprint.
even if it is a personal gadget and we think that the nature of criminality is committed using the phone, or the phone will help us to get all the evidence that we need, still it is of your help if you are innocent. Hey, if you open your phone, it will be of your help.
I mean,
if you know that you are
done
innocent.
nothing.
Yes, if you have
Open
done
the
nothing, why
phone.
don't you open the phone and they check?
Because I have private files there.
And
that
still
I don't
we-
want police to see, which are not connected to the matter.
Which private files that police cannot see, because police has seen each and every private file that you think they may not see.
Okay.
So each and everything, so long as you think that you are innocent, it's always good that you deliver that kind of evidence that you think will help the police as early as possible to make you maybe.
To acquit you.
Be
All
acquitted.
right. Talking about criminals, there are these trending videos where in homes, yeah, because now we're talking about local community, you find a housemaid beating mercilessly a child, a months-old baby. And what is the housemaid doing? Telling the child, your mother did this to me, so let me also do this to you. And the housemaid is drinking the milk after beating the child, and the child is there crying and hungry and helpless. And I'm wondering, does police see social media clips? If yes, what steps does police take in such a situation? Because I've seen over 5 clips now of that same issue. In our community, we are talking about the local community concerns.
Hope you have seen the clips
action as well.
and also you have seen the action. Yes.
Yes, I have.
That's what I was about to say, because at least we always see the clips, and after a few days, you find the public appreciating that this person has been arrested finally by the police. That is the action. Though it goes back to the family now. Let me use my other word of long time ago. What we used to do is that when you reach in Kampala, we used to remember our people in villages down there.
Yeah.
You find you are calling like your mother, or you are calling an uncle or relative, asking him or her if the neighbor has a girl who could work
Yes.
as a maid in the community. These days, I even wonder there are some companies which have come that they are shipping maids for us. Now, there are so many things that will happen after shipping a maid from a company. Some of these companies' intentions is to send those maids to monitor the house and get to know all the whatever happens within the family.
Oh my God.
After a few weeks, you'll find a maid saying uncle, uncle. They call them uncles and other. say, uncle, auntie, the work is too much, I cannot manage.
Kumbe, she was a spy.
But the only thing she had done is that she wanted to see the time you are coming home. She wanted to see where you keep your money if sometimes you bring money in the house. She wanted to see the nature of children, what time you leave in the morning, what time you come back in the evening, where you keep most of the valuable things. And which other measures someone can use, where if you have cameras, where are the cameras. So those are some of the things. That's why you see theft is always done in a certain home, and even cameras may not capture what has happened. These are some of the maids and askaris we usually bring in the homes. Then another thing, when I bring a child of my uncle to come and work for me in the house, I will make sure that I treat that child as a home child. Now when you find a maid is beating a kid and the maid is bragging on taking milk, just to know maybe the maid was also hungry. You are not giving a chance to the maid to do what she wants, especially issues of food. So you find the maid has been keeping that anger it accumulates up to that level. So that's why I think the maid usually does that. And also the nature of the maid is, it's always good that when you bring someone, you should, that's why I was encouraging the village. By that time you'll be knowing the nature of the behavior that you have brought. You'll be knowing the maturity of the person you have brought. Some of these maids are too young. By the way, I've seen some people being charged, they are being put on charges of trafficking and other things because of using those young children to become maids. So you find a maid who has failed each and everywhere. Some of these maids are even criminals. They have even gone to Ruzira. You are bringing that maid to work into your home. So you don't even get the previous record of the maid. That's why, because the company will not, if I pick a maid from the company, I'm sorry, those people with companies shouldn't think that I'm killing their market. But if you pick a maid from the company will not give you the criminal record of that maid.
No.
It is very rare to give you that criminal record. So the company will only be promoting. You cannot be like now. You cannot tell me the bad things about Family TV. You have to tell me the good things to make me like Family TV. So even him, the one of the maids, that company of the maids, will be only talking about good things about the maid.
Yeah.
Then later you take thinking the maid is an angel. You'll find an angel appearing on social media on how he's mistreating your children.
So the statement, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know is
that
true.
is better. That is better when you know, because at least you have known the behaviors. And those people in the villages will tell you, you have taken this
They'll
dot
give
of...
you intel about...
Yes, they will say, you have taken a dot of this man. You also go and try and see. So that's when you now start saying, okay, let me change a bit. Or let me be patient.
That reminded me of marriage. When they tell you, you've taken that woman, okay. But is it possible for me to track the criminal record or the record, because it doesn't have to be criminal, but it can be a record, a good one, of these maids from the companies by police? Is there a way I can contact the police to help me out? Maybe if she has been behind bars, can I know by asking or consulting from police?
Yes, some people do. They do come to police. What we do, when you come to police, we first get the contacts of the LC1 chairpersons of the village of that guy. If some people do not have, by the time the person does not have, that one shows some percentage of how do you come. Some even you find maids they don't know their father, they don't know their mother. These are the people who have grown up from the street. They can do anything. They're really frustrated. So when you ask the number of the mother, you'll even find the mother herself will even tell you, you also try that. So already the mother will be, or you call the father, sometimes they use Uganda, sorry to put in Uganda, you say, yes, then you call the chairperson LC1, you find the chairperson LC1 is not away with that family. When they say, you will tell you, the record of that family is not good.
Okay.
So we usually try to make phone calls back. And these days, police captures fingerprints at least. So when you put in our system, we can know this person either has ever committed a crime or has never committed a crime nowadays.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. As we wrap up this particular segment, any advice for the parents on how to guard their children? First of all, you have seen parents who bring the housemaid home, but they have maybe a 20-year-old daughter, 18-year-old daughter. The 18-year-old daughter does nothing, but the maid does everything, which is logical because the maid is paid to do that. But any advice to the parents before we go for a short break in regards to those matters?
Then what I can advise the parents is to use that previous system, which I was talking about, the one of getting the maids from the previous.
From the people
From,
they
from,
know,
from
maybe.
the people they know. Then another thing is that, it's like in holidays, then the parents try to engage the children into doing much of this work. But the bad thing is that some of the parents, they have planned for their children. They are not planning the children.
But they
So,
planned for them.
yes, they have planned for them. But it is going to be a problem in the future. You find even a parent does not want a child to do anything totally. You don't even want your child to look after the young
Their
kid. You
sibling.
want the maid to do each and everything. But when you plan your children, when you plan for your children, the consequences it will be short term. That one will be short term, but in the long run, consequences will be worse than that one who has planned the children.
Wow. I believe you also had parents at some point. Are there some skills they taught you that you appreciate as a person?
A lot.
You see?
A lot, and I was always telling someone, sometimes when we are like at office, we usually discuss, because you find we have nearly the same background. We all came from the village. So we discuss how we'd wake up early in the morning at 6. You are getting a hoe to go to the garden and start digging before going to class.
Torture.
No, it wasn't
Torture,
torture.
child
It wasn't
torture.
torture because they have groomed us up to where we are. You find, first of all, you are going to dig early in the morning. You become responsible even by 6. You are already getting home. You go and dig at 7. You come shower. You go to class at exactly 1. You know I'm going to the well to go and pick water. I come back. If you have some goats at home, you go and graze some goats or cows or anything. You come back. So you already, the parents will groom you, but you get there and you don't do that thing. That's when you run a lesson.
Torture.
So, but
they
these
would
days-
beat you to the pulp.
These days, you are planned for children. They are planning for you, and it is really leading to the worst.
Unfortunately,
When you
not
go to
me.
some of the areas and you see how these planned for children are taking marijuana, that's when you know that these people really, you see the nature of the child. You find a director is calling you, you find someone is calling you saying, my child has failed. I have taken my child to each and every university, but he has failed. I have even taken the child to every rehabilitation center, but I have failed. Find someone has each and everything, has all the money, but he's feeling the pain of the child. But remember the way you groomed that child from the beginning. The way you bring each and everything, you are taking the child to the beach. Like there's one I saw, this promo Elite on social. You are giving a child a chopper to go for. So and you think you are grooming the child?
Their money.
It's
They're
okay.
fine.
They are going to enjoy now, but in the future you are going to regret why you are doing those things to that child.
All right, so we continue to agree with the Bible that you train up a child in the way that you want them to go, and when they grow up, they will not depart.
You
from
spare
it.
the road, you spoil the
You spare
child.
the road, you spoil the child. The Bible also says, can we look back to the ancient ways? I think God was telling somebody, one of his servants, can you look back to the ancient ways that your forefathers and your ancestors did, and then you walk in that same path? I'm starting to agree with the Bible on everything. It seems it has a solution with everything. I'm still here with Assistant Superintendent of Police Ashleys Atwebembere, and he is taking us through a discussion on local community security concerns. My name is Carol. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, and we'll be back. Bye.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Hey, hi, how are you? We are glad you're still watching Church of Uganda Family TV. I am having an interesting conversation with my guest, and he just told me he's named after a matter. And here, you know, we celebrate Uganda Matters very, very much. It's like our niche. It's like something we love. It's part of us. And we are just appreciative that in this time when we have just days to Matters Day, we host someone who was named after them. His name is Assistant Superintendent of Police, Ashleys Atwebembere. He is the Community Liaison Officer for Chura Division, and he is taking us through a discussion of today, the discussion which is community policing, basically, local community policing, security-wise, and all that. We have looked at a number of issues. If you have just joined us, we dealt with criminal gangs and how exactly parents can have better relationships with their children and protect them from malicious housemates and all that, and we got some very good information. However, in the remaining about 12 minutes or so, I would like Afande to paint for us a picture of what we should do to secure ourselves better, because all the police officers that I've sat with on this chair, they say one thing in common: security begins with you. Security begins with you. They keep singing it as a song. So after security beginning with you, then what other measures do you take as security tips to guide you and to protect you from any harm that is caused? One, Afande let us know that it is good if you are able. For example, if you're not like from my place in Shema where a WhatsApp group can't work, and if you're in Kampala, a WhatsApp group can work. You can just put your members of the community on the WhatsApp group, and the communication will be coming in. They'll be sharing numbers of whichever Afande or security officer is on duty, and that can improve the security, the security trend of that area. However, I believe that is not the only tip, and there are other tips, and we would like to let Afande take us through those tips. However, we're powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott, and we are live on YouTube at COE Family TV, where you can go like, comment, and share. Yes, Afande, other tips that can protect us security-wise.
The issue of WhatsApp group, I did not carry it well. The WhatsApp group of Chira, you must be recommended by someone to be there. Otherwise, you are going to be including also the criminals on that group. So you should be cautious on which kind of person you are going to be adding in. Then the other security tips that people usually undermine and they don't always take serious, like the issue of security rights. Most of the places you call dark places is because they are dark in nature. That's why they call them dark spots. Yeah. You find the people who are living around have not taken the time to put those security rights. They are only minimizing the costs of your car, not knowing that the thing that will be taken will be more than the cost of your car for that day. Unless if you want police to come and start putting for you security rights in your houses, that's when you should put such a thing on police. Then another thing I should always echo on is the issue of neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watch still works, but it has been limited in Kampala because of the fences that we have. You go to a gate of someone, you find he even takes a year minus knowing the next neighbor because all of us are in fences. But there are some estates I've seen, like when you go to Nari Estate, you find each and everyone knows the other. I've used the Nari Estate because it is common. I think many people know about Nari Estate. If I talk about other estates we have in Ichira, you may not be aware. Okay. So you find people know each other. At least when you cluster yourselves in 210, there you will be able to make sure that we are looking after the security of these 10 people. Some estates even have gone ahead to hire security companies to do patrols around to make sure they curb down the criminality. Another thing that we usually neglect is the issue of there is this issue of making sure that you have hardened all the entrances within your houses. You have hardened the door, which you have already slept in. But sometimes the mistakes we do, like now we are in holidays. It is going to reach 10. The father will come at 10. No, the mother will be the one to come at 10. The father comes at midnight when he's slightly drunk. The children are watching cartoons on TV. The mother and the father are going to shower and sleep because they are tired. They will leave the children on TV. They have not closed the door. They think the children are going to close the doors. At the end of the day, when you wake up at 2, most of the times, if you have got a chance that the thieves have not yet entered, you'll find the TV is watching the children when the children were the ones watching the TV. A thief at any time can do anything at that point. So you wake up in the morning, you find they never touched anywhere, they never did anything. Kumbe, the children you left in the room did not close the door. So most of the times, people do not be conscious on how to harden those entry points for the thieves. And also the nature of closing the doors. There are those doors which are metallic and have holes in the middle. The way you should close that door, you have understood those doors which have holes in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
The way they usually close them is that when you put one padlock outside and you leave those rocks inside, the thief will just come with a kameto. There is a method they usually use.
Cut the padlock?
No, they don't cut.
Hey.
They open the door minus touching anywhere.
What?
So what they do, they pull the door slightly. Those the rocks which you have put inside lose some. There is a way they
are grip. They lose.
Yes, they lose that grip, and the other one uses the method to push them away from the door. Remember, you have not locked them from inside. So the only best way is that you must lock from outside and use at least 2 padlocks to lock from inside. So that no way the thief can use like a small method to make sure he removes those rocks from inside. That's the main tactic that the thieves have always used.
Talking about that door, is Nigeria in Chira municipality?
Yes, Nigeria is
I
in Chira.
visited my sister in Nigeria sometime, and I noticed it shared that kind of door. But their landlord added an extra, those locks, down at the last part of the door, so you can't access that one. You can access these other two, or that one that you enter, but the one down was inaccessible. But I thought it was a good...
That is better. And also sometimes some people, because they are too lazy, they don't want to put that down one. Sometimes they leave it because they are too lazy.
Like I said, I only found it in Chira division. Ever. I've never seen it anywhere else.
Yes, these days we have taught our people, of course. During community policing, we make sure we teach them each and everything and each and every tactic that thieves use, so that they try to harden on those doors which they usually. By the way, Chira division now, the cases of someone coming into the house stealing you when you are not hearing, that you wake up in the morning, you find everything was taken, you did not hear, this time they are minimal. It is very hard to hear such cases in Chira division now.
Wow.
Because you have tried to intensify. Another thing is that those people who are always surrounded with bushes, why would you leave a bush to? Already you are calling the criminals to come. So you must make sure those bushes are always cut. Another thing is the issue of social media, which you people like. You are taking a Snapchat. Remember, you are the only, most of you are, sorry to say, you find you are a single mother, you have left the children at home, you are in a guru, you are taking a Snapchat showing everyone that you are not around. Remember, the thieves are also accessing that TikTok we are sending on and Snapchat. So long as you take that Snapchat and you show everyone that you are in a guru, he's going to steal like a VIP. He'll even come and first take tea, he will prepare tea, knowing that he's the only one at home. He takes tea, then at 5, he prepares very well and he takes the things. So it's not always good to use social media in a different way by advertising yourself. Someone sends a picture of social media counting money. He has sold his plot of land and is counting money on social media. And you think, because remember, you're not the only one who is always seen. You're always moving in communities. They know you, people know you.
People know you.
Like when I'm here, I may think that people do not know me. But I reach somewhere and they know. For you who have seen me the first day, you may not be knowing me. But there are people who know me, they know where I stay. So it's not always good to advertise myself after selling a certain plot of land that I'm counting money. You will be calling the thieves. Then another thing is that those systems that we used anciently, these days we have advised people to use the system. If you don't have an alarm system, because alarm systems are always used by someone with a certain financial status, some of us may not be able to buy alarm system, at least buy a whistle, which is for 2,000 shillings or 500. And with that whistle, you must coordinate very well with your neighbors. So that if you blow the whistle, someone has entered into your house, you have blown the whistle, the neighbor should blow, this one should blow. If the whole village blows the whistle at once, I'm assuring you a thief will never come back to that village because of the nature of the organization. He will even run away for his life immediately because you have known the nature of organization.
Wow.
Then another thing is there is an issue of cameras for those ones who are able. Cameras may not stop a thief from stealing, but cameras may help you to follow the evidence afterwards. The way cameras stop a thief from stealing is when you are monitoring them 24/7. Because if I'm monitoring my camera, let's say on phone, and I'm seeing outside someone is coming close to my door, I call police immediately. I say, no, I'm seeing a suspicious figure coming around my door, and I don't know. So may you come and take away this person. But most of these cameras usually help us in the after. The after effects of the criminality to look for that person that did the action.
Okay.
That's the way cameras usually help us.
You can say bye to our viewers because of time. Thank you so much. It has been a very wonderful show.
I want to thank the viewers for listening to us. I remain ASP Achiriza Twebembere. Most of the time I usually send greetings to my boss, the CPC, Director CPC, Afande Namutebi, Afande Mureterwa, the KMP Commander, and the KMPCRO plus my DPC. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and also I greet my family. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Afande Ashlis Twebembere, for that beautiful, beautiful discussion. And to your viewer, thank you so much for keeping it Church of Uganda Family TV. We still have a string of programs coming your way. Please do not forget to keep it Church of Uganda Family TV. Now remember that the Matters Day program is as follows. On 23rd May, there will be a Children's Day. On 24th of May, there will be a youth event. And then we shall have a Fathers Union and Christian Men Fellowship come the 29th of May. 1st June will be Women's event that is led or commissioned by Mothers Union and Christian Women Fellowship, and also 2nd June will be the Sunday services. 3rd June will be the climax commemoration of the Uganda Matters Day, and as usual we will be bringing you a live broadcast here on Church of Uganda Family TV, and all the events will take place at the Uganda Matters Anglican Shrine or Anglican site in Namugongo. Stay well. Thank you so much. Have a blissful weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe.